The wait is over. You were waiting, right?
Oh, God. No. Please, no.
The end is nigh. Darwin and Cat are back.
There was something that used to be a lifeline, and now it's basically a relic. The telephone. If you're over a certain age, you remember that heavy, solid object that fit perfectly in your hand and connected you to the world. Before cell phones, before texts, even before pagers, this was it. It was the only way to reach your friends, who, by the way, actually had to be home to answer. Today's episode explores the weird, wonderful world of communication that's quietly slipped into the past. That curly cord that somehow stretched from the kitchen wall all the way down the hall. The phone hanging in your grandparents' house like a shrine to Ma Bell. Or maybe your phone sat right out in the open. Zero privacy, while everyone within earshot commented on your most embarrassing conversations. This episode is a celebration of how we used to talk to each other when calling someone was an event, not a notification.
Get on the boat, weirdos.
Let's go back in time a bit. So where I grew up, Palos Verdes, California, we had General Telephone. And you didn't actually own your phone, you rented it, which meant that in our house, the phone wasn't just a phone. It was a museum artifact, something that had to be respected and protected like the Mona Lisa. So we treated those phones in our house like priceless heirlooms. No yanking the cord, no dropping the receiver, and no aggressive dialing. Darwin, my mom once yelled at me for that. Was I abusing the phone? I mean, because, it wasn't our phone. It belonged to the phone company, and my parents paid a rental fee with each bill. So it was sacred, and it was slightly terrifying.
Yeah, that was pretty common back in the day, too, that the phone company owned it and you rented it. And now, was it a rotary phone?
No, my grandparents had that. Yeah. This was the 80s, and it was this square block-like push-button monster. It was super solid, beige. Wait, let me just send you a picture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's like a standard issue. So this would be the touch tone. This was the new technology.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm already getting anxiety about my aggressive dialing.
So why was it so terrifying? Your mom was nice.
My mom was a wonderful, sweet woman, but it was terrifying because of my OG, Andy. So OG in this context means my original gay. I know.
One. Hard to believe there was one before me.
There was one. So from third grade on up, we were best buddies, and Andy and I were totally inseparable. And to this day, he is my biggest comedy influence. Andy is just one of the funniest people I've ever known. So
is this like Andy Cohen?
No,
by any chance?
No. I don't want to say his last name in case, just to protect his identity, because he's actually a pretty well-known author, and he doesn't know I'm going to be talking about him today. So
got it.
Okay, we're hanging out. It's summertime. There's not much to do, and I go to my fridge to get some lemonade. And when I come back, Andy has this grin on his face, and I said, "What did you do?" And he said, "Oh, look on the bottom of your phone." So I picked it up and I looked at the underside of this phone, and he had written "gay baby" in these big block letters.
That's amazing.
So I'm freaking out because every so often the phone repair guy would come over, and in my 12-year-old kid brain, I'm thinking we're going to be fined thousands of dollars and maybe face jail time because he'd written "gay baby" on the phone. So he did it on like this white label, a sticker, and he Sharpied the big letters. So I'm like, okay, I can just peel this off. No problem. But, it didn't really peel off. So I took another label and I stuck it over there. But if you look closely, you could see "gay baby" lurking underneath. So I finally just Sharpied over the whole thing so you couldn't read anything. But still, I was terrified that we'd vandalize General Telephone property. But I actually got kind of lucky because no one in my family ever lifted up the phone to discover the secret. But I still knew what was lurking under there. A big gay baby.
Yeah, based on the picture sent, there was that like hole almost to put your hand in after it was off the receiver to carry it around. Nobody did that?
Yeah. No, because that one just, remember, it was like the Mona Lisa. It should have been under protective glass. Do not lift it. Don't even look at it for too long.
Because you could actually drop it, basically. So just don't move it.
Exactly. Then you'd be in really big trouble.
See, the phone system in my hometown where I grew up was super primitive. So one of my friends had a party line growing up, and for someone who doesn't know what a party line is, you're shaking your head because you know.
Oh yeah,
what this was.
my mom grew up with a party line. My grandma had a party line.
Yeah, the name's misleading, but she lived on a dirt road with 4 houses, and she was the 3rd house. And basically, a party line is where all of the houses on the street, the road, share one phone line. So because she was the 3rd house, if it rang like 3 times, it was for her house. And it was kind of like an extension, but anybody could pick it up and you could listen, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So we could listen in on the neighbor's call, or if you needed to make a call and somebody was on the phone, you'd have to wait.
Find out things like Betty down the block doesn't make her own Toll House cookies. It's just from a mix.
Scandalous.
Wow.
We heard stuff like that. Actually, it's kind of funny. I think it was like 1996, 97, somewhere early, middle, high school. We only dialed 4 digits to call somebody.
That blows my mind. That I learned from you happened in smaller towns.
Yeah. And we didn't have touch tone, so you had to switch your button on your phone to pulse, which was like,
Oh, God, you're bringing back these crazy memories. Yeah, that. What the hell?
So it was to imitate the rotary phone, but it was the button. So you had to imitate it. And I think my best misadventure was my parents' number was really close to the priest house, as we called it, the rectory, which is a really unfortunate name when you think about the history of the Catholic Church. But my parents, let's say their number was 4834, okay? And the priest house was 4837, and the last digit was like directly below the 4. So we would get calls at all hours for people needing a priest, usually for last rites.
What could go wrong with little Darwin living there when the priest line rings? Mistakenly.
Well, and it happened a lot. It was definitely weekly, but one night this old man kept calling and calling and calling. And he's like, oh dear, I need last rites. And I think it was for his wife.
Oh, this took a turn. Ouch.
So my mother's trying to be helpful, and she's like, this isn't the priest's house. So finally my mother calls the priest's house and says, I don't know, old man Johnson needs last rites for his wife or something, but he didn't stop calling. And little 13-year-old me got really irritated. So I picked up the extension.
How dare they bother you? You were doing something really important at the time.
Yeah, I was trying to sleep. All right. It was like,
Well, you're growing boy. You need your sleep.
I did. So I just said, yeah, this is Father, blah, blah, blah. We're on our way. We're on the way. And I hung up and he stopped calling.
Oh, does that like kind of nag at your soul, like gnaw at you a little bit today? Is he haunting you? Is he like hovering above you going, no, never called back?
I think it was his wife. I think I condemned her to hell that night because she didn't get last rites.
Okay, so she's roasting in flames, so she's not going to bother you.
Nah, she's screaming up at us now. I don't know. It was 13, all right?
I know. It's horrible. I did horrible shit too, Darwin.
You?
Yes. And you know.
Like what? I can't imagine because you were. Okay, let's go back to our show for a minute, okay?
Okay.
And I remember at one point, and we're going to talk about this later in this episode, I have audio. You had this aversion to prank calls and hated them. So I can't imagine you doing anything fun on the phone.
Well, that's because I had reformed. I had a former life of phone crime with my friend Andy, my OG. And
Wait, really?
Yeah, we did tons of them. And, you know, we were kids. We were 12, 13 years old, and we thought we were very clever, and we got away with tons of them. And we were always trying to up our game to get people to believe us.
You know, you've never shared this with me.
Yeah.
All I know is Kat despises prank calls. So, all right, well, I'm going to have to ask because how would one of these calls go? Like, how would you and Gandy, how would you and Gandy, can you take me back?
Let me take you back. So we would get the phone book out. You know what the phone book is. Okay.
God, there's another relic.
This is how long ago this was. And we would call the local fish and aquarium store.
Hello, Rolling Hills Fish and Aquarium.
Yeah, you got the Popo Diddly fish?
I'm sorry, the what?
The Popo Diddly fish. It's the most popular fish. I want it to fill up my tank. I need a Popo Diddly fish.
But that's not the end of it. Because then
that's so bad.
It's terrible, but it gets worse. So then I would call back and I would say,
Hi, this is Mrs. Beverly from Paseo del Foghorn Lane. My kids were playing with the phone and called you about some silly fish, and I'm gonna give them a good talking to. Oh, ma'am, don't worry about it. You know what? I was a kid once too. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. You're so understanding, kids. No, don't yell at them.
So you would like try to make it better afterwards.
Yeah. That was my life of crime.
But you hated pranking people we didn't know. That was what
I don't like
triggered
playing
you.
tricks on people. I told you, I'm reformed. And I don't know if they ever found the Popo Diddley fish. I kind of doubt it.
They're still looking. Did you ever prank call Kmart? Because that was standard.
That was a popular one. Did you?
Yeah.
I did not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's complicated because, again, another quirk with the phones back then. I grew up in New York State, just outside of Vermont. So the nearest place was Bennington, Vermont. And to call Bennington was long distance, which is crazy.
Even though it was like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's the way it was back then.
I could call Albany, which is an hour away, no long distance. But if I called Bennington 5 minutes away, long distance. And the Kmart was in Bennington. So whenever we'd be in Vermont, we would grab our dimes because Vermont still only charged 10 cents a phone call back then on the payphone.
Whoa.
Yeah, New York was a quarter. But we would...
New York's
we'd go over
fancy
there.
like that.
Yeah, we were bougie with our payphones. And we would actually go find a payphone and just prank call Kmart. It was our thing. So, they weren't known for having the swiftest people in the world answering the phone there, right?
Typically, I don't want to insult the Kmart community, but yeah.
I'm not sure we have very many Kmart listeners.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they'd always page whoever you asked for. And they were classic names, okay? Like...
Oh, God. Okay, wait. I'm preparing myself. Okay. Hit me.
We'd always say the last name and then the first name to get them to do it. So Janus, Hugh, Janus to the desk, right? And then the next one, which actually is a classic one, last name Hunt, first name Mike.
Of course.
Yep, Mike Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Which the school district I worked for actually had a student with that name once. And whenever they paid him, they would make sure to say Michael.
Oh,
Hunt.
that's a tragic name.
That's
like bend over. Like, don't name your kid that.
No. And one day, one of the secretaries forgot to say Michael, and she paged.
Paged Mike Hunt.
Yep.
Yeah. Did it answer?
We all had a
Mike Hunt, pick up the blue courtesy phone, please. Paging Mike Hunt, blue courtesy
in a
phone.
high school PA.
Yeah, that's tragic.
There was Phil McCracken.
Of course.
Yep. Eileen Dover and Fell.
I love the hyphen. Eileen Dover hyphen and Fell. So that's the cherry on top. That's very good.
Mike Oxlong. Yeah, Wayne Kerr.
Oh.
The classic one, Hey Would You Blow Me?
Hey Would You Blow Me is a personal favorite.
It is. It's a good one. Seymour Butts. And then Richard Hertz, but he goes by Dick. Dick Hertz, call the Dick. They would do it every time. It was amazing.
My prank call career was actually ended by Corey Feldman.
Hello, I'm Corey Feldman.
Oh, Corey Feldman. You hate Corey Feldman.
Well,
you hate him.
Okay.
This is why you hate him.
Well, yes and no. So my thoughts on the Coreys are actually a little complicated. But back in the day of his movies License to Drive and Dream a Little Dream, both Coreys were everywhere. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
There's Corey Haim. Corey Haim, come here for a second. He's in the movie with me. This is Corey Haim.
But I especially hated Corey Feldman with his fedora and Michael Jackson's sparkly half glove. He just irritated the living shit out of me. So
I can see it in you right now.
You can see I'm getting a little agitated. So then this 976 number comes out and the commercial was everywhere.
Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are giving out their personal numbers. If you call 1-900-909-3700, you can listen to their private phone messages.
And Andy, okay, back to Andy. He and I get this idea that we were going to call the Corey number and record their stupid messages into my tape recorder. Then the plan was to make prank calls as both Coreys. Right,
you
Darwin?
Stepped it up.
It seemed like a solid plan, right? So we did it, and it was $2 a minute. And of course, the tape sounded awful. So we had to call back a bunch of times. And it was, we didn't have credit cards or anything. It was just billed to my parents' regular phone bill. And I thought they were going to murder me. And right after that, caller ID came out and I left my telephone life of crime, at least until I started on the radio.
Caller ID ruined everything.
It really did. When it finally came to our town, yeah, bummer.
But you still hate Corey, right? Or not?
Well,
Because I'm never sure here.
Okay, so I guess I've grown up a little bit. I mean, Corey Haim is no longer with us, and it's a super sad story because rumor has it he was trying to sell his teeth to a pawn shop in the last few days of his life, and nobody deserves that. And Corey Feldman...
No, didn't you just... Wasn't there a picture of you with him recently?
Yeah, I've... That's the
like
thing.
More than once.
Okay, yeah. Okay. No, I've met him a few times, and the thing is, each time he's been absolutely lovely, like so nice. So yeah, I've made my peace with my feelings about the hamster and the fell dog.
Please, lend a helping hand by joining me and others in the fight to get crack cocaine off the streets.
Okay, I just love that you're like, I hate him with the fire of 1,000 suns. And then you meet him and you're like, he's actually nice.
That's the thing. Like, I don't even understand it because that was like young teenage me going, I hate Corey Feldman. He's ew. You know, for like no reason. I mean, it was just kind of a goofball. Who cares? And then I had this burning hatred. And then I'm like, oh, hey, Corey. You know, and I've run into him many times in many places. It's like, oh, there's Corey Feldman. Hey, what's up?
It's kind of funny how that happens.
Oh, man. I know. I'm easy to just be like, I hate you. Oh, I'm nice to you. Oh, I love you. Oh, my God. Hi. You're so cool.
Like, you're okay.
You're okay.
So, did you ever have the pink princess phone for your bedroom?
Oh, yes. Well, sort of. Okay. So, God, we've talked about things we wanted so badly, but I didn't have a phone in my bedroom until just before I moved out of my parents' house. So like weeks before, okay, it's my birthday, and my mom said, oh, Catherine, we have a big surprise for you. Go look in your room. And I open the door and I see it, and there it is. Finally, a pink princess phone.
It's little, it's lovely, it lights. The new princess phone.
But my friends, Darwin, my friends that were there, they busted out laughing because I wanted this thing when I was 5, but like I appreciated it. And of course, after that, they called me Princess Phone for years. Did you have a dream phone?
Yes, actually. I wanted...
Was it a princess phone?
No, it was the same shape, but no.
Okay.
I wasn't that gay, so your other gay might have wanted that.
You don't have to be gay to have a princess phone. Open your mind. Okay.
Oh,
but it helps.
I know this is kind of gay. So I always wanted what every 90s kid wanted. The one made of clear plastic where you could see the insides.
Those
and it
were
lit up. Yes.
So cool.
Right.
You see all the guts and everything moving around like phone stuff.
It's cool. And they added lights to flash in it, like that were unnecessary, but you thought were important to the functioning. But I never got one. So my parents got me this, like, it was like a replica 1930s, 1940s one, not like a candlestick phone, which would have been cool, but it was like the shape of that original phone with the receiver, which was cool. It was teal green, but it wasn't like the cool phone.
What was the coolest phone though, other than the plastic one? Like some people had Mickey Mouse phones back then. I wasn't really into that.
Yeah, the Mickey ones were big. So the ones that were really big, and there's a weird story with them, Garfield phones.
Oh,
do you remember them?
I do remember the Garfield phone, that lasagna eating phone.
If you're a fan of Garfield, you'll love the new Garfield phone.
Yes, Garfield was like the thing everywhere. And so they're actually a huge problem today for one place in France. So it all started in the 1980s. All right. So these bright orange fragments of Garfield phones would just wash up on the beach outside of like Brittany, France. And it's been happening for like the last 30, 40 years. And it was this big mystery. Yeah. Like locals would find like a Garfield face or a Garfield body or coiled phone cards. And it's just strewn across the shore. Right. And then the beach cleaners would go pick them up and then they'd all be back again the next day. And
what the hell is going on? What kind of, what?
So so the bizarre mystery was, where are they coming from? Some thought maybe a ship sunk, right? Or something. And then they were coming up
or from, the bowels of hell opened up and unleashed the Garfields.
So they eventually figured it out. A metal shipping container had somehow fallen off a ship and it got lodged in a sea cave. And so every time the waves would come in, which I guess it's not accessible most of the year. This is crazy.
This is
all
nuts.
the Garfields would wash out.
That's the most fucked up low tide I've ever heard. Usually I'm like, oh, look, I can see a starfish, not like Garfield staring up at me from the depths of hell.
His smirking, mocking face. Yeah.
I know he was a little smug. I love cats, but he was a little smug.
Yeah. And then this was plaguing this town. Like if you Google Garfield phone, it's the one where he's in, cats get in that crouching position.
Like waiting to take a dump or?
Yeah, like, or sort of, I guess that's it. I should have sent you a photo of this, but I should. So it's like, they've like one that washes up in the beach. It's crazy.
It's Garfield with that one leg up like a cello, just kind of cleaning the nether region. Is that where the receiver is?
I just sent it to you.
Okay.
Nope. All four legs are on the ground. And the little receiver would go into his back, but he's got his eyes half closed.
When you're talking, Garfield's awake. When you hang up,
Bye.
he goes back to sleep.
And he's all like smug.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Like
oh,
he's
man.
just washing up.
It looks like there's a little fentanyl involved here. It looks very relaxed. Wow.
But the ad for it had him like with his eyes. The eyes opened apparently when you were on the phone somehow. I don't know. So,
That's just creepy.
I kind of wanted one of these too. Maybe this is a little.
Well,
gay.
if you go to France and wait, then one might wash up.
One might just wash up for me, right?
Mm-hmm. I have this memory when we were living back east, doing the original show. Do you remember something about how we got fired from our phone company?
Screw you! You're fired!
Oh, gee. Yes. So,
right?
Yes. So we moved. We were in Vermont and we both had Singular, which doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Singular, right? And they got bought. So in Vermont, they didn't have a lot of cell phone towers, but Singular had a deal with like Unicell or US Cellular, one of them, that it was free roaming for us. And then Singular got purchased by AT&T. And AT&T didn't have that roaming agreement. And remember, we got letters in the mail.
Okay. So we got a letter that said,
As a courtesy, we will let you keep your current phone plan.
Yes. But please refrain from using your phone because it's costing us money.
okay, so that's where they went wrong because you and I were like, oh, here's a phone plan, but you can't actually use your phone. So that I remember we started calling each other over the most mundane things. Even when we were together, like we're at a supermarket.
Hey, I'm in the peanut butter aisle. Can I just get your deep thoughts on crunchy versus creamy?
Literally, we did this. We're in like the Price Chopper on the phone an aisle away and then walking next to each other. We were like, screw you, phone company. I'm not paying my $100 a month to not use the phone.
And how long did this last, our behavior, until we got fired? We got the official heave-ho pink slip.
It was like a month or two later, we got another letter and said, since you've not discontinued using your phone, we're letting you out of your contract and we're dropping you as of blah, blah, blah date. And we're like,
they're like, it's not you, it's us. We're like, no, it kind of was us actually.
So that's crazy. I forgot about that for a second, but then we had to scramble to find like another phone company. I think we both went with like Sprint or something.
Yeah, we both went with Sprint.
Yeah.
They didn't send us nasty letters.
We were trolling them. We were like, no, don't tell us not to use our phone.
Yep. Shots fired.
That's right. We would call each other. That's right. I would just call and be like,
hey,
and just leave our phone sitting on the desk.
Oh,
like, for nothing.
That's true. Okay. I'm going to go make a sandwich and just put our phones down and come back. Hey, you still there? Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Speaking of which, so this is not the first time we've had telephone talk. If we go back to, I forgot the month here. It was maybe June or July of 2006.
Oof. Long time ago.
Yeah, not that long. It was like, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Got it, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Here's a vintage segment from our show about phones, including the thing about renting the phone we mentioned earlier, and Kat making an excellent prank call to the vehicle safety hotline.
Oh, this poor woman. I'm sorry, ma'am, wherever you are.
Darwin and Cat radio show.
No, we were just talking about how a lot of people are still paying for old rotary phones in their house.
Right. They don't even know that they have them, and they've been paying every month.
It's leased equipment is what they call it. So we figured we should make a little phone call here, and got a toll-free number going on here for, let's see here, and we'll talk to somebody about it.
If you are calling from a rotary phone, please stay on the line.
Thank you for calling the Vehicle Safety Hotline. This is Deborah. Would you like to file a safety complaint?
Hi, Deborah. I'm just calling to return my rotary phone. It's a Western Electric, and I find that I'm still paying to lease it on my bill, and I just really think you guys should have notified me.
Okay, and how did you find our phone number?
this is the through the phone book to return the rotary phone? Because seriously, I can't do my banking. I tried to order some fresh fish.
Okay, ma'am, this is the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration Vehicle Safety Hotline.
I'm aware of that. And I'd really like to return my rotary phone. I mean, people are laughing at me like, is it 1973? It's not. It's 1985.
We don't have anything to do with phones. This is the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
So if I just wrap it up and mail it to you, or can you actually? You can put a stamp on a rotary phone, like right in the middle, and you can actually drop them in the mail slot, and then you'll send me the money.
No, ma'am. This is the National Highway. We don't do anything with phones.
I'm not leaving my phone on the highway. I want you to take my phone back. I'm going to get my pimp on the line. He going, my phone. Take my phone.
Take my phone. I don't have anything to do with phones, ma'am.
Take my phone, lady.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration hotline. You'll have to contact your phone company.
I don't know nothing about the phone company. I just want you to take my phone, or I'm going.
We don't have anything to do with the phones, ma'am. We do vehicles. We do vehicle safety. We don't have anything to do with telephones.
My phone
You'll have
is
to contact
perfectly
someone.
safe, but never mind.
Take my phone, lady. Take my phone.
Yeah, my subtle comedy stylings. Oh dear God.
And again, you hate prank calls.
Yeah,
but you've got quite the past.
Well, that's why I hate it. I mean, they were some of our more popular segments, I gotta say.
They really were.
And
that's
why we did them. You always made me do them.
Because you can do voices. I'm not good at voices. Am I? No, I'm not. You're not saying yes, so that's a no.
Oh, I'm just wanting you to listen to what's going on in your head and how many voices there are.
Oh.
Did you hear them?
They're all talking at once.
See, it's hard to decipher.
So did you ever call? I was a lonely kid, so I would sometimes call that number for the current time, and most of those are gone.
853-1212. That's what it was back in the day in my town.
Nice.
At the tone, the time will be 4:56 and 20 seconds.
And some actually use the fake number that'd be in movies, like 518-555-1212.
Oh, the 555. That always takes me out when I see a movie like, that's too fake.
That's a fake number. And in some places it worked for the time. But I was looking, there's one that's still in service out there.
What the hell kind of Twilight Zone town still has that?
I don't know. 202-762-1401. Hard to remember, right? I
For
don't know.
those playing at home?
202-762-1401. Call now.
In your best radio voice.
And you'll get a free Time Life football phone.
I want a Garfield phone. I forgot about those too. Those stupid footballs.
Operators are standing by.
It's 202, so that's Washington, D.C. area. So
Oh,
there
right,
you go. If
right,
you need
right.
to know what time it is.
Did
give
you
it a
call? You call it.
Call it.
U.S. Naval Observatory Master Clock. At the tone, Eastern Standard Time. 12 hours, 40 minutes exactly.
So I would be a bad history person, bad history teacher, to not give a brief history here of some things we talked about briefly. And I'll do it really quick, okay?
Take us back, Darwin. Do it.
So you mentioned Ma Bell, and Ma Bell was the phone company. It was the local phone company that was a whole bunch of them that was owned by AT&T.
Nerd alert!
And it was a big corporate conglomerate, and it was probably the only conglomerate that was a monopoly that probably worked and was good, because you had Bell Labs, which was very innovative. That's why we have satellite. Like the stuff Bell Labs came up with still impacts our life today. And then you had Western Electric, which was the company that made the phones, and technically you were renting from them. And it was this, but there was this whole idea to break up the Bell system, but they really didn't need to be broken up because they self-regulated because they were afraid the government would break them up. So they were always really good about being a good company. They were great to work for. People really beloved company. But in 1984, it was broken up and it was called the Baby Bells. So like here in New York, we ended up with 9X, which stood for New York, New England, and then X for the future. And then there was Bell Atlantic, and there was Pacific Bell, and then there was Southwestern Bell, which, how cute, right? Southern Bell.
Oh,
they had all cute. But ironically, all these companies have remerged together because now AT&T owns a bunch of the locals, and Verizon owns what was 9X and Bell Atlantic, and it's kind of but they're not as good as they were. If you ever want to read a nerdy history,
which I do, we are space nerds, we are phone nerds. We're all-purpose nerds, actually.
I have no friends. Got a book for you. Here you go. You really want to
let
read
me see.
one?
Yeah.
It's called The Idea Factory, Bell Labs and the Great Age of American Innovation.
Ooh, that sounds neat.
So it was actually a really great book because it goes through basically all this stuff that thank you Bell Labs that we have today. So that's my history lesson, including cell phones too. Ooh, fun. Look at that. I opened right up to some bitch on her video phone.
Oh, wow. Like early 976 hot mama.
They never caught on, but now what do we do all the time? FaceTime. Thank you, Ma Bell.
Hey, thanks for finding Darwin and Cat Pop Culture Garbage Barge. If you like what you hear, please follow, like, tell a friend, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps keep this barge afloat, and we really, truly appreciate you.
Get on the boat and relive the pain. Helmet hair is rising like a hurricane. My cat's my best friend, and so is my bike. I'm chasing radio signals for any signs of life. Pop culture garbage barge, growing up weird made us who we are. Pop culture garbage barge, get on the boat, dork, and bring your emotional scars. Darwin and Cat on a garbage barge.